Picking it out. You actually wrestled Sting at some point on WCW Saturday
Yeah,
Night, like one
yeah,
time.
yeah. I did one show with WCW. That's the only thing I ever did with them, and it was just a match against Sting. And he was actually a great guy. He treated me really well. Which he didn't have to do. He could have just beat me up, and he didn't. And so I've always thought a lot of him. For that reason, of course, he came to WWE much later and got to know him better. And he's a really stand-up dude. But, a lot of times when you're in that situation where I was, someone coming in, you're just a job guy, no one knows you. And you're working with a guy like Sting, what's that? He could have just done whatever he wanted and beat me up and had the match over in a minute. And he actually went out there and we had a pretty decent match for my standards anyway. I always really appreciated that about it.
Was this like an audition or a tryout for WCW, or how'd that come about?
No, I was just starting out, just trying to get any sort of work that I could. And it never went anywhere. That was literally the only contact I ever had with WCW.
Wow. How did that come about? Did they invite you?
There was I don't know if you remember Rip Rogers.
I've heard that name.
Rip was he was booking what we call extras. And I knew him. He said, "Hey, you want to go down and do a couple shows for WCW?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, man." So that was basically it.
That's pretty cool. And is that the only time you ever worked with Sting?
No. When he came to WWE, we didn't have any matches, but we did some stuff. We're in the ring at the same time.
Yeah. But that's the only singles match you've ever had with him.
Yeah. Yes.
That's pretty cool. A lot of people probably don't realize that. So you go back and
then it's funny too, of course, because when he came, that was when he was like Sting with the howl and the
face paint, the colorful.
Back in 1993 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I was whatever I was. And then everybody remembers Kane, of course, with the mask and all the stuff. By the time he got to WWE, he was Sting with the black and white face paint, completely different than what he was back then. I was corporate Kane. I wasn't even Kane anymore.
Right.
It was a lot different. The various, incarnations that we had gone through by the time we finally did anything again.